Welcome, everyone, to the Completely Unnecessary Podcast Super Show. Tuesday, September 30th, the last of September, Ian. The last of the third quarter.
It is.
2025. Again, that's Ian. I'm Pat Ferguson.
You're Pat Ferguson.
There's Ian Contry and Pat Ferguson.
Ian Contry and Pat Ferguson.
Don't do the mashups. Don't do the face app things where he mixes us up.
No.
On the show today, we'll be talking about, not WWE on shaky ground. And how Lesnar came back. I forgot to mention that to get you riled up. They brought back Lesnar. He squashed Cena. How did I forget that? They wasted a Cena appearance in a squash match, even though Lesnar's not full time. Anyway, it doesn't make any sense, and that's when I think Cena got pissed. Anyway, we'll be talking about EA going private. Speaking of Saudi Arabia, we'll be talking about a Roblox update. We're talking about a Genki update. Nintendo Direct crap. Wada brand dead and gone. And also an Intellivision Amico story to warm your heart. Real quick, a separate upload. I've done audio. Not sure it'll be video. I have to make the decision. We talked about the passing of Billy. Check it out if you want to. I didn't want to include it with the main podcast here, but you can go ahead and check it out.
Yeah.
So Ian, how have things been in Ferguson land for you?
I mean, good. Just busy. I'm getting ready for my next BattleTech League game.
You're in an official league?
It's not official. But the local players set up what they call an escalation league every fall, and when you play games like this, you the size of your force is determined in points. So if you each get 200 points per side, you look at what you've got. Each thing is assigned a point value based on its strength, and then you bring 200 points to the match and you play. That's how you would play a game. So if each side gets 500 points, then you look at what you have and you put together a 500 point unit.
It's like those things you see on Twitter. You got $15, buy an NBA team of $5 players, 3, 2, or 1.
Yes, basically. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I actually like that. Because you can go like front, top load heavy, or a bunch of utility guys in there.
It's a shitload of fun because some people will just try to drown you in fucking tanks and shit, and other people will bring like 3 strong mechs and just try to lay waste. But the way the Escalation League works is you start at 200 points per side, which is slightly smaller than a standard game. 200 points per side is probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And then each month they add 100 points. So the next match will be 300, and it goes all the way up to 600.
Gotcha.
So that's what I've been doing. I've just been kind of taking it easy.
I've been
nothing special.
Knee deep in re-editing a certain NES guidebook and rewriting reviews. I'm getting a lot of pleasure replaying some of these games 10 years plus and writing entirely new reviews.
Yeah,
it's like a lot. I'd say 90% of the time, my initial thoughts were like basically the same. Every once in a while, you're like, you know what? I was a little too harsh on this. Or sometimes it's like, my nostalgia goggles were a little bit too much on this. We both made those errors, so it's interesting to go back with a fresh. And besides editing other stuff and then arguing with you about star ratings on stuff 12 years later. And also updating, availability stuff as well is fun. What is actually rare on the NES? There you go. I guess this is pretty big news. Electronic Arts is going from public to private again because they're getting bought.
Yeah, I mean, the video game landscape is fucking bleak right now. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And EA being bought by
the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, Silver Lake and Infinity Partners in an all cash deal worth $55 billion.
Yep. And they said, I'm trying to see where it was. I didn't quite get all the words, but it was the largest such the transaction represents the largest all-cash sponsor take-private investment in history.
I didn't see that. Wow, in the history of any company.
In history. Wow. History. Period. That's in the News EA link, but it's further down. Anyway, this isn't. It's not good. Saudi Arabia is consolidating power in the video game market. They have part of Nintendo. They have all of EA. They have SNK.
They have Scopely, who does my Star Trek Fleet Command.
I mean, it's getting harder and harder to avoid Saudi Arabia in the game space. And what this means for the output of EA is to be seen. But again, we were talking about this in the bonus segment. They're not cool with a lot of subject matter.
No. So in a perfect world, when you see a company go private, a video game company, you would actually receive that news like, oh, this is actually good.
Yes,
that we're not now tied to, quarterly reports. We're not going to upset the stockholders if the stock doesn't keep going up. We can have more creative vision. We can take time. We can experiment because now we're not tied down as much. When you're a private company, you don't have the same set of rules that apply.
Yeah, 99% of the time, that's great.
It's like, yeah, great. Now you can put out little games that you can experiment. Who cares if they make a lot of money or anything? We can do it because we're a private company. We don't care about our profit margin. But when it's basically part of a foreign government taking pieces, now you should raise some alarms. And this isn't like them buying SNK because at the end of the day, who cares about that? We joked about it when that happened a couple of years ago.
Lots of people do.
Well, but I mean, like, they're not a huge juggernaut.
Sure, but I've also stopped playing most of their shit, and that drives me. That drives me nuts.
Sure, but for the most part, they're just banking off of their past, great, I guess, catalog. Versus they're not going to put out the next, $500 million game.
Well, no, but I mean, you do really see that because like AEW had advertisements for the newest SNK fighter in ring at one of their pay-per-views.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know it's just SNK, but I mean, it doesn't really change the fact that it's still getting the Saudi Arabia treatment. Sure. The last game had they put, I believe it was a Saudi and Arabian DJ in there as one of the fighters for no reason, just as extra character, because that's what you get told to do. Yep. So it should be interesting to see what happens with
Call
EA
of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty,
no, not Call of Duty. Battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yeah. Battlefield, sports games. I mean, what are we going to get?
You would hope there wouldn't be some sort of untoward influence on sports games. You would hope.
Well, you would hope not, because I think that's, if I were to make a guess, I mean, obviously Saudi Arabia just wants pieces of the video game market, but one of the things they're really trying to do is focus on esports and sports in general in terms of kind of like washing their image. So I think I would guess that a lot of the reason they wanted it was to get those sports games. And I would hope that they're not going to mess with it, but I just have no interest in EA at this point in general.
So they had a pre-existing almost 10% stake, and now they're going to be the majority investor, so they're going to own it. And guess who else is in on it? Good old Jared Kushner.
Yep.
Because he has a really good relationship with the Saudis, going back to Trump's first term. I'm not going to get into it, but it involves a lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money for an investment fucking fund. By playing nice, and who knows what information went back and forth, but information probably went back and forth, and he got rewarded with money. Let's see, looking at this, they bought ESL, Faceit, I don't know what they do, Faceit, and Scopely, which does a lot of the biggest mobile games out there, like my Star Trek Fleet Command. I didn't even know that they own them. Our new, this is one of the quotes from the current CEO, who's just going to get paid tons of money, so what do they care? Our new partners bring deep experience across sports, gaming, and entertainment. They are committed with conviction to EA. They believe in our people, our leadership, and the long-term vision we are now building together. Now give me my fucking money. No, he didn't say that, but he was saying that.
I mean, he was saying that to himself quite clearly.
The deal will close in the first quarter of fiscal 27, so we got a little bit ways off there.
Yeah.
There's a 45-day window to allow for other proposals. People familiar with the terms of the deal told, I guess, this person, CNBC.
Yeah, no one else is going to throw 55 fucking billion
in cash Not just stock.
At a company that I believe currently had debt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
there was something about debt. I got to look that up.
This is all good. Silver Lake, which is led by, they're going to be a part owner. Silver Lake, which is led by co-CEOs Egan Durbin and Greg Mondre, is also one of the key investors in Trump's push to get TikTok under U.S. control.
EA goes $20 billion in debt as part of its $55 billion buyout.
So it's a no-brainer for them to do it. Did you hear what I said about TikTok?
No.
Oh, you missed that. Okay.
Sorry.
So basically, Silver Lake, one of the companies that's going to be owner, they're one of the key investors in Trump's push to get TikTok under U.S. control.
Oh.
It gets better and better, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Boy, it gets better and better. The more you peel the layers back.
I thought these people liked small government.
Oh, well, this is corporatism that they think is small government, but it's actually worse. Mm-hmm. It's actually a lot worse. Because now you have, your government is the giant corporations. Which, you know.
By the way, you really need to watch Alien Earth.
I heard it's really good.
It's fucking incredible.
Is it only on Hulu, though? It's on FX?
You can see it on FX, Hulu, or I think Disney, any of those channels.
I have FX, but I don't have Hulu.
You can get it, yeah.
I'm glad you like it. You're the big alien guy.
Oh, dude, I've watched it twice.
You watched it twice?
Yeah, I've watched it twice.
So they did justice to the lore without fucking with it?
They totally fucked with the lore.
But it makes sense?
It was great.
Okay.
It's just, it's fucking phenomenal.
It fits into the timeline. They made it. They fit.
Who knows? We'll see.
Well, it does. I mean, it's part of the timeline.
Well, it is. It's before the first movie, so I mean, a lot of things can just get scrapped at the end of whenever they end the show. A lot of loose ends can get scrapped.
When I just see Sigourney Weaver, she's gonna. What is she showing up in? She looks great still.
Yeah, she does.
You could still do that fucking real Alien 3 if you wanted to. The Neil Blomkamp one.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you still can do it. Fucking CG some age off of these actors. They do it all the time in TV. I've been told they'll just shave off.
She's pushing 80, I think.
No, she's not 80. 80? No, 7. I'd say she's in her 70s, not 80.
Yeah, maybe
she's going to be in Mandalorian and Grogu.
75, sorry, yeah.
Mandalorian and Grogu she's going to be in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I have zero interest in, by the way, but because I've never seen The Mandalorian. But yeah, she's in that. That's where I saw the
That's
trailer.
the one
Star Wars stuff you like?
Star Wars thing that I have liked in decades.
Did you see Andor?
I will watch Andor at some point, but Mandalorian was just fun cowboy shit. You only need to see one episode of Boba Fett, because otherwise it's really...
I heard that was disappointing, the Boba Fett.
It really was. There's one episode you need to see in there to kind of tie it from season... Yeah, to tie the two Mandalorian seasons together. But other than that, no, Mandalorian was phenomenal. I really liked it.
We have a Roblox update ever since they're going after vigilantes and not safeguarding, children in their game environment. Roblox has finally made an adult-only game section amid child safety concerns. What took you, 15 fucking years? How long has this game been around? Roblox has announced that experiences labeled with the restricted maturity tag will soon be only available to users age 18 and over. Why was it not before?
My question is, how does this help the actual problem?
I mean, it might be a band-aid, but I don't understand why that wasn't a default, though. That if it's restricted, you got to be 18 to see it. I don't understand that.
I would have assumed. And the problem is not children having access to violent content. The problem is sexual predators going after children. And it's not like the sexual predators are doing that in 18 plus. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
What is this
everywhere.
solving?
I think because there's probably content that's like questionable. I saw things like there's games where it's like, peep in the public bathroom shit, or things like that, where it's just like this. We shouldn't have games like this.
Okay, so you're likely to encounter them there, but I feel like they're everywhere.
The change raises the age requirement from 17 plus and begins rolling out immediately. Players under 18 can no longer see restricted experiences and search for recommendations. And this applies to players and developers. Yeah, that's the update. I was looking for something else.
Yeah, no, that's it.
I was hoping there was be something bigger than that.
No,
that was it.
I was because I was like that's it. It's not much of an update.
It's not even a Band-Aid. I don't know what that is.
Yep, that's what they should have done. Probably something people assumed they had done years ago.
Right, go after him, Chris Hansen. Go after him.
Anyway, Call of Duty. There's a movie, Call of Duty movie.
There's a movie of Call of Duty.
Reportedly, Steven Spielberg wanted to direct Call of Duty. Activision didn't want to give up creative control to Steven Spielberg, so they turned down the fucking guy who made Saving Private Ryan. Like,
you can make an argument that without Saving Private Ryan, you would not have like a whole Call of Duty franchise. Like that kickstarted interest in World War II again amongst younger people. Then you have a whole game franchise.
It did. I mean,
that's a through line, and obviously Band of Brothers.
It's maybe not responsible, but it's one of the key pieces.
One of the Band of Brothers. Pieces. Like we're talking like a 2-year period where it's like, oh, we're on to World War II again. You know.
Yeah, that late '90s, early 2000s World War II
'90s. Kick. Yeah. That's a rough watch, Saving Private Ryan. I rewatched it again a few months ago. That's a rough watch.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Not rough because it's a bad movie. It's a rough watch with the content. I mean,
yeah, I only saw it once. Good movie, but I don't
can't
need
imagine.
To see it again.
I mean, I wouldn't imagine. You hear the stories about the World War II vets that saw that movie, they had to walk out.
Yeah.
Or they say, "I'll never watch that again." Like if you were actually at Omaha Beach and you're watching, I can't imagine like watching that and being taken back.
Yep.
Anyway. Activision didn't want to give up creative control. To quote from someone, imagine turning down the guy who made Save. It's not that the fact that it's just him, though. Steven Spielberg has an entire production company, Amblin Entertainment, that like, we're going to make this the best fucking movie possible.
Yeah.
The best possible production. And he's a gamer, which I didn't know before.
Neither did I.
So it's like...
You told me that yesterday, I think.
Yeah. I guess why else would he want to do it?
Yeah.
I don't know why you Steven Spielberg is, quote, a big PC gamer and has multiple links to the games industry. Not least his involvement in creating Call of Duty's one-time inspiration, Medal of Honor.
Yeah, that's okay. That's right. He did do that.
So I didn't realize that. I forgot. So
I forgot he was involved in that. Yep. That was a big advertising point when I think it came out.
So the through line is Saving Private Ryan, Medal of Honor, and then everything else.
Because Medal of Honor was hugely popular for
the first few ones.
First couple of years, it was huge on the PlayStation. The PC ones were popular. It was like one of the only reasonably good first-person shooters on the PlayStation 1. It was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, you invade Normandy, the first mission, right? In Call of Duty? Yeah.
No, Medal of Honor.
Oh, Medal of Honor, excuse me. Medal of Honor, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember playing that on my cousin's PlayStation. It was a PlayStation 2.
Well, there were Medal of Honors on the PS2, so maybe that one. But there was a couple. There was two on the PlayStation 1.
Spielberg this is from the PC Gamer article. Spielberg is apparently a big fan of the series. And obviously his name alone can get movies made. I mean, Spielberg's getting up there. He doesn't have a lot of movies left.
No.
I mean, if he says, I want to do your movie, you let him do your movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's it. You know it's going to make money. It's going to be well made.
78.
God, all the older... Like him and Scorsese are getting up there. Jeez.
It's another guy, though, who has aged fairly gracefully. Spielberg looks
he's active.
Yeah.
They're active. You stay active. Your mind stays active. Scorsese will be directing movies. He'll probably drop dead in set when he's 100. That's the way I look at someone like him.
Yeah.
You got to keep active. With Spielberg comes per Puck, the famous Spielberg deal, which includes top-of-market economics, final cut, full control over production and marketing. I would trust Spielberg on all those.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, guy who did Jaws and Jurassic Park. You can market everything the way you want to. I think we cannot possibly have a better way of marketing it than you can.
No shit. Like
maybe I'll recommend some fucking influencers, and TikTokers. That's about probably the only thing Spielberg's missing out on is that. Plus, Spielberg will be able to get better actors involved probably just because of the fact that he's directing it.
Yeah.
You want Cruise? Hey, Cruise, come and do it. That's what happens when you get a good director. You get people that want to work with them. You want DiCaprio? Here comes DiCaprio. You can do these things. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
You know who wouldn't turn down Steven Spielberg?
Who wouldn't?
UltimateNintendo.com.
The site would have turned down Spielberg.
No.
Because at UltimateNintendo.com, you can have a theatrical view of books, RBI baseball stickers, enamel pins with our mugs on them. All of that. That almost made sense seeing at UltimateNintendo.com.
Wasn't supposed to.
I was like, where's this going? Oh. We're on Twitch Wednesday and Thursday. Ian spins the tunes on Thursday.
Thursday.
What's your thing? You do progressive house? What do you do?
Do house. I do whatever I want, but it's mostly house.
I don't know what progressive house even is. I know it's a thing, but I don't know what it is.
It's kind of like slower, more boring trance.
Slower, more boring. So the beats down from trance, basically.
Trance is usually a little faster. Progressive. I'm not going to get into the whole conversation. We could sometime.
I used to kind of know this about 25 years ago. I kind of knew the difference between some of these, and I lost all the knowledge. I didn't keep up with it. Anyway, what else? I'm on Wednesday. Shocktober starts. September ended, Ian. Shocktober, which means I do all. Oh, I do monthly. Every month I just do that month commercials throughout the 80s and 90s and 70s. But Shocktober, I try to do Halloween themed blocks, which are fun.
That's nice. It's thematic. Do you do Christmas in December? Or do you do holidays in
for
December?
the first 2 years or so, or 2.5 years, I didn't think of, why am I not just doing the months I'm actually streaming? Then I started doing it.
Oh, you can actually find what months
You can
the
search by,
commercials from?
say September 24th. You grab those. Huh. I didn't do it the first 2.5 years for some reason. I was just like, why am I not just picking the fucking months? Because then it's like, oh, this was happening September in 79. Like,
yeah, that's cool. I didn't know they were that
The only problem is, once you get to some of the summer months, especially like when you go early 80s to 70s, there's a lot less, because I think there were reruns and people were on vacation. So like there's a lot less blocks for like July, August, some of the June months. I think it was because it was a different TV environment. You still had mid-season replacements back then, but it wasn't like now where it's constantly new content coming out. Oh, memories. Anyway, yeah, that's what's happening. And I'll be at PRGE October 14th. Excuse me, that's November. What? It's the 17th, 18th, and 19th. NES's birthday weekend. 40 years. All right, what else is going on? Oh, remember Genki acting a fool?
Yes.
Got the Switch leak stuff and was putting out their own, like, hey, this is our version of the Switch, because we somehow got the inside info on it. Well, boy, they got in trouble.
So they've got to pay part of the settlement. And yeah, it was over the mock-up that was at CS where they had 3D printed it and were basically showing it off.
And the lawyers at CS were like, hey, what's this?
Yeah. Nintendo sued the company, accusing Genki of embarking upon a strategic campaign intended to capitalize on the public interest surrounding Nintendo's next generation console. Nintendo, I don't agree with you often, but I mean, that's very, very true.
I think no one said Nintendo was wrong in this case.
No.
I don't think. False advertising, trademark infringement, they allege unfair competition.
Oh god, I didn't even know about this part even when it happened. Nintendo also took umbrage with a tweet from Genki on January 20th, which showed CEO Edward Sai with a finger to his lips and the caption, "Genki ninjas infiltrate Nintendo Kyoto HQ."
We talked about that when we covered this. You forgot that?
I did. I guess I fucking memory hold
He was
that.
like spitting in Nintendo's face. He was like yes.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever this is why, whatever short-term publicity you thought you got that was positive was not worth whatever this payout probably was.
Yeah. So I don't know what it is, but I mean,
they reached a settlement. The court document confirming the ruling failed to disclose the damages. They're not small. I guarantee they're not small.
No.
I don't know if Nintendo's going to put you out of business. I don't know if they're that bad. But I don't think they would have been nice.
Well, I mean, that one dude that they pursued legal action is fucked for basically the rest of his life. So
which one?
We'd have to go back.
One of the website owners
for the
ROMs?
ones, yeah, one of those.
Well, that was selling ROMs for money, though. One of them was like selling ROMs for money.
I'm just saying, Nintendo will do it. I don't think Nintendo would hesitate to put a company out of business.
Or you're talking about the Switch emulator that gave access to games?
I cannot remember
allegedly
what it was, but it was one of those people.
Sure. I think it was a Switch emulator. That was their toast.
Possibly.
Because they were basically saying, hey, this is how well we can run the new games. And it was like, okay, I think your arguments go away now that this is a backup device emulator. Permanent injunction was entered against Genki, preventing it from using any logo or design owned by Nintendo. That was my argument. It was like, okay, you're representing this as a Nintendo product at your booth and showing that, hey, this has Nintendo shit all over it. Where it's like you're misrepresenting their products. Like that's case closed. You're fucked. You can't do that.
I just don't know how anyone thought they could get away with that legally. I mean, I am constantly amazed at the stupid things people think they can fucking get away with.
Sure. Here's the thing. Update. The modder was ordered to pay $2 million. I forgot what case that was. That's at the bottom here. So, all right. Nintendo ninjas are going to come after me.
Genki ninjas infiltrating Nintendo HQ in Kyoto.
Oh my god. Even if say Nintendo was on the borderline, and it would have been like, well, if they apologize after that, no, we're gonna make an example out of you. We're gonna make an example out of you now. Like coming like Nintendo, you don't dishonor Nintendo. Jeez.
There was speaking of Nintendo, there was a September. There was a Nintendo Direct that happened recently. And
I didn't know it was coming until it happened. I was like, what?
It was announced like a day or two beforehand, like they usually do. There was like no heads up over it, about it. And I wish I could say I have paid attention to it, but Nintendo's handling of the Switch 2, while it is something I want, it has made me fairly disinterested in keeping up with it. So
because what do you mean? Because you think it came out too soon? The pricing? What?
Just the pricing and their current the pricing, but not just the pricing of the system. How they're starting to really nickel and dime everything. $10 for a tutorial, $30 for upgrade packs. For Switch games.
The $30? They were cheaper than that. They were like 15.
No, they're like $30, I think.
Are you serious?
For those expansions, yeah.
For just to update the graphics?
Well, and they usually tack on some bonus content too, but it's very.
They've gone WWE. They've gone TKO, where we want every dollar possible.
It's strange. So
by the way, real quick, I don't want the ESPN deal is also bad with WWE. That's going on right now. Sorry, go on.
Oh, right. But they did announce some stuff that I'm interested in. There's a Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out on April 3rd.
I didn't know that was the sequel.
Neither did I. But I'm kind of interested in it because I like the Mario Galaxy. I just like the look of Mario Galaxy.
But they're going from the movie, they're going into space already. Isn't space like the 7th movie you do in the series? Like Leprechaun in Space and Jason X? Like they're already
right.
Shouldn't Yoshi be in the sequel? Shouldn't it be Yoshi's Island in the sequel, like bringing Yoshi and stuff? You're going right to space?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
See.
I'm not saying I got to tell Nintendo what to do, but leave some bolts in the chamber.
I mean, they announced Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch 2. Why am I supposed to be excited about that when Super Mario 3D Collection came out, 4 years ago with Super Mario Galaxy on it, but they decided not to put Galaxy 2 on it?
That's right.
So now they're going to resell Galaxy 1 again and attach Galaxy 2 without the other games?
So they never did a pack just with the two of them?
What do you mean?
They never did a Galaxy 1 and 2 re-release pack?
No, Galaxy 1 was on Super Mario 3D All-Stars, but everyone was wondering why the hell they didn't put 2 on there. Now Galaxy 1 is getting another release on the Switch 2 with Galaxy 2. They go to the well on some of this shit way too much.
I think that's why I'm getting more turned off. I mean, modern gaming in general. It's so now, it's almost like they're trying to trick you that it's not games as a service, but we're going to just try to resell you the same game every 3 years now. Right. Every 4 years.
Yeah. And it's not even like a remake. And remakes, I think, are lazy oftentimes and devoid of creativity. But we're not talking about a remake. We're talking about ports. We're just talking about fucking ROMs of these games.
Or the equivalent, yeah.
Or the equivalent.
Sure.
I would be surprised if the version of Galaxy that we get on this pack is any different than the version of Galaxy we got on 3D All-Stars. So they also announced another Fire Emblem. Wow. And then the Virtual Boy thing.
Like Fire? Wow.
And then a cozy life sim farming game called Pokemon Pokopia. And I cannot begin to fucking tell you how tired of Animal Crossing style games
You're off the screen now.
I'm just so fucking over them.
Has there been a bunch of them that have just been
There has.
derivative?
And part of this is I tried to play a recent one called Fantasy Life.
Okay.
There was one on the 3DS, very popular. I got the most recent one because a friend of ours suggested I pick it up. And for the first time ever, I'm playing like one of these games and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just doing fucking chores over and over.
That's why I stopped playing The Sims in college.
Over again. Like, I'm just like, what is my actual fucking goal here?
That's why I stopped playing The Sims. I used to be in The Sims when it first came out.
And there are relaxing games I like, but there is nothing relaxing about trying to level up 15 different jobs so I can fucking decorate my goddamn house. Like, Animal Crossing is okay. I didn't like the last one, too much crafting. But, like, I am just done of everyone's fresh fucking take on. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up.
This is the most worked up you've been in forever. Michael Bay
everyone
movie.
was like, "Are you excited about this?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not excited about this. I just want another Pokemon game. I don't want."
Well, why would you be excited about something that's just relaxing? You're just sitting around in a house, hanging out and farming and planting stuff.
It's not that they don't have a time or a place, and I understand that a lot of people like them, but I have just played enough of them to the point where I don't see the point anymore. And every time I see something like, it's this, but plus Animal Crossing, I'm like, get it the fuck out of my face.
I don't think people, well, obviously because Animal Crossing was huge because of the pandemic. People had literally nothing to fucking do.
Well, I've been in love. I had loved that series since the game.
I get it. But if it wasn't for the pandemic, that game would have probably went and gone. Yeah, it was an okay success. But now it's like
it's always been one of the more popular games on their system. It still would have been a top seller.
It would not have sold like 40 fucking million, or whatever it sold.
But it had been a top seller or in the top 3, that would not have surprised me.
So now,
anyways,
you have a bunch of derivative that probably won't be as well made as the other crappy ones on Steam. Probably they don't have Pokemon behind them, but they're probably. The point is this: I won't be surprised if it's just we just slapped the Pokemon crap on it and it's not that great. You know?
I just want the Let's Go Pokemon games to tackle the Gen 2 stuff, and I'd be happy. But we'll never get it.
What's Gen 2? Is that what Transformers?
Gold and Silver.
Okay, the newer
so
ones. So
Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which were Switch games. Were kind of like remakes, reinterpretations of the first of Red and Blue, and they were fucking amazing. I put 27 hours into that game in the first weekend I owned it. I was obsessed, and I would love a version that tackles Gold and Silver, but they've never done it. And then DLC announced for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and people are pissed about that because the game just came out.
The game came out 2 months ago.
And they announced DLC, and
3 months ago.
And from all accounts, no, it came out in July.
Late July?
Yeah, late July.
So that's 2 months ago.
So DLC has already been announced, and from what people have said, one of the problems with Bonanza was it felt like something was cut at the end.
Oh.
Felt like there was post-game content that was cut. Everyone says the DLC looks exactly what everyone was thinking was probably cut from the full game. In 2 months, 2 months is not enough time to be making fresh new DLC.
No, it's pre-planned.
That was shit that was ready to go.
They just cut it.
And they cut it.
Well, how much is it going to be?
I'm probably $30. It doesn't say here.
So what your game that it's now $70 in theory is really $100.
Yes.
Because you have to buy the DLC for the full game. This is craven.
Dude, it's why I don't own any current generation consoles. It's disgusting across the board.
We're getting squeezed out of everything. This is one thing I didn't say this. We talked about in the exclusive Patreon.com/podcast how bad WrestleMania tickets are, and how bad like the CEO. I didn't tell you this. The asshole CEO of Ticketmaster was like, people think it's a badge of honor to pay $60,000 for Nick's front row tickets. I think there's room for ticket prices to grow. They're trying to make entertainment for that you have to be rich to enjoy it. They're actively trying to. This is left wing pack talking. They're trying to actively make entertainment that you have to be rich. Across the board.
That's not going to work out well when they fundamentally price everyone out of their shit.
I think I told you, the cheapest WrestleMania tickets next year are $850. For fucking no. I went to WrestleMania 20, I think I spent $80 or $70. 20 years ago.
I mean, people were financially ruining themselves to go to the Super Bowl in the 90s in Buffalo when the Bills went 4 times.
And that was probably quaint prices compared to now.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm saying is if your audience for a lot of this stuff is working class people, you're going to see people just not going.
Or buying a $100 Donkey Kong game when it should be $60 out the door. DLC for a Donkey Kong game to me just sounds so wrong, just on a weird level. The fact that it's like Nintendo's first franchise. It just seems like dirty to me. Like, hey, people are glad Donkey Kong's back. We like the old guy, and now we're gonna DLC you up the butt. Like, this doesn't sound right. Just on it, like, imagine a Super Mario Bros. Game with DLC. Like this doesn't sound right. It doesn't belong.
No, I've gotten used to the whole concept of DLC as much as I hate it. I just think it's really craven for Nintendo to do that with one of their first big games on the system, clearly cut a chunk of it off and then try to sell it to you again 2 months later.
Yeah, it's not like a full new game you're telling me, right? It's just like, hey, it's just part of a game.
Yes, and from what people have said, part of a game that was fairly obviously missing from the end of it.
It's like one of the worlds or something.
I don't know. I haven't played the game. And by all accounts, it's a great game. Like, it's one of the reasons I want the Switch, but, like, this is just fucking insane.
But we buried the lead. They finally went the Fire Pro method, Ian. Which we love. The Fire Pro announcing algorithm. Metroid Prime 4 is coming in December.
Yeah.
Which means 8 fucking years later after they first announced it, almost 9, I think it was. It was like 2017. Almost 9 years later when they first announced it, it's finally coming out. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah. December 4th is going to be here.
Oh, that Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 combo is actually getting released on the Switch as well, which makes it even fucking crazier to me that they're releasing this when Super Mario Galaxy is already available on Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Yeah, so now you're spending full price to get this one game. Yeah, that's not...
Pat.
I know, this is...
I want to make my... I'm so angry.
This is like... I don't remember Nintendo making all these weird choices like this before, like all at once. This is like the past.
I don't know. The Wii U was a whole series of weird choices.
No.
Too.
I mean, like blatant cash grab choices in a row.
Yeah, the Wii was just Nintendo being fucking weird and.
No, I don't know why you bring up the Wii U. I just mean...
No, in terms of blatant... in terms of... Well, you said weird decisions.
Yeah, but I mean for a cash...
Yes,
I mean for different. Like... There's no value to the consumer here. Nintendo used to be Mr. Consumer Value Company.
Yes.
We're going to give you the best game on the console packed in for free. Why do you think that one of the reasons the NES blew up was because in '86 they said, wow, it looks like everyone loves Super Mario Brothers. We're going to have a version of the console cheaper throwing in this awesome game. That helped it blow up. So like that, but that mentality is gone. Now it's gone. The fact that Fizeme had to beg them to include Wii Sports with the Wii is like, what? This is a slam dunk. It's like, how could you not do that? But those days the salad days are over, I guess, with Nintendo. They're now every other company.
Wait, hold on. Big news.
Big news?
Mario Tennis Fever.
Uh-oh.
That better not be a Switch 2 fucking exclusive. It probably will be.
Well, was that announced on the Direct?
Yeah, Mario Tennis Fever launches February 2026. I love Mario Tennis.
I know, you're a Mario Tennis guy.
Huge. Well, anyways, just moving on. I mean, I'm happy to see that, and it doesn't look like everything is... it doesn't look like they've just switched everything over to only Switch 2. But then again, in terms of business, like...
You can't, because the player base is so big.
Right. And the problem is the player base for the Switch is so big, they're going to have to do this for a while before they can try to convince people to buy a Switch 2.
For like 2-3 years. They're going to have
longer than most normal systems, I think. Whereas, like, you know, the switch over from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, about a year. You know, the Xbox, I would say about a year in between, but they are going to need to do that longer here. And I don't... God, man, I don't know.
I'm just... When you told me about the DLC, I'm sort of shocked by that. Because...
Mario, it's only for Switch 2.
Of course, they gotta get you to. Ian's so fucking pissed. Yeah, Ian's so pissed. He's so annoyed.
I am.
He's so annoyed.
Anyway,
his face is as red as my Kitty City shirt. Right
I am squeezing this fucking thing so hard.
Let's compare the shirt next year. It's close. Wow. Squeeze. Do your deep breathing, Ian. I'm sorry. So now we get to the retro part I want to talk about, which I don't want to say I'm shocked at this, but I was like, I don't think I could have pictured this happening, even with all the NES Mini in 16, the Super Nintendo Mini, you know, things like that. But Virtual Boy games coming out and then remaking almost a one-to-one Virtual Boy stand and headset with the eyepieces to slide your Switch or Switch 2 in to enjoy the stereoscopic, amazing Virtual Boy experience from 30 years ago again.
What's driving me nuts about this is we tried to look. we cannot determine if one of these fucking either plastic or cardboard headsets is required to play these games.
Okay, so this is what the announcement said. The announcement said to enjoy the 3D, of these games, you need to have the $100 available in North America only, which is weird to me. The Virtual Boy, I mean, it looks like the original, except you slide the Switch in, and the stand looks exactly the same. They didn't create new molds. It looks like they just, here's the stand, you put your Switch in, and you put your eyes in, and you get a fucking headache within 8 minutes, like we used to back in '95. Or you buy the $25 cardboard version, like the cheap cardboard 3D things you can buy.
Yeah, Google Cardboard.
Yeah. So the problem was, I was telling Ian at first, I was like, I think you need these, and he's like, that's crazy, Pat. Because there's 2D games you should be able to play. And I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there are emulators and lots of ways out there to just play Virtual Boy games on a screen, which is what I thought they were doing.
Because what is a Virtual Boy game? It's just a fucking monochrome red Game Boy, basically. Is what
split into 2 images or whatever.
Yeah, but you can, in theory, just play it without getting a headache, which you'll get anyway because it's red. But then I'm looking at the announcement, and it's like not explicit. It just says this product can be purchased by those who have paid Nintendo Switch Online membership. To play the games in the Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics, you'll need to have an active Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion. Okay, read more. The Nintendo Switch Lite is not compatible, of course, because you probably have to hold it up and it doesn't fit into the thing. Experience Virtual Boy with this add-on accessory that is a replica of the original hardware. Insert your Nintendo Switch 2 or Switch to use it. Play classic games, Teller Boxer, Galactic Pinball. Classic is stretching it. More titles added in the future. There's a ton of Virtual Boy games, right? There's a ton to add.
There's 14 in the U.S. and
10 in Japan or so. Something like that.
Yeah,
like the Tetris one they had there. To play games in the Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics, it does not tell you whether or not you actually need this to play games. I don't think it, but it's almost like they're tricking you.
Yes, one of them says one of the things that I read yesterday when we were talking said, and I think it was on an actual Nintendo page, said that it would be required to enjoy the games in stereoscopic 3D.
Yes.
But then there was an article on one of our favorite video game tabloids that said it was required, period, because they mentioned that it had 2 paywalls. You needed to have the expansion pass, and then you needed to buy one of these bumfuckeries. But, I mean, we can't necessarily take anything they fucking say as gospel.
No, don't say who it is, because I don't want another email begging for further friendship.
So needy.
Yeah, don't worry. We don't like each other. It's okay not to like people. We're adults.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, DM. It's okay. Anyway, so I don't think you need to buy one of these things to play these games. That would be crazy. But the fact that websites reporting it weren't sure, and the fact that the YouTube video, I had to rewind it. I was talking, like, wait a minute, what? I had to rewind it and be like, they were like tricking me, and I should know better.
I'm sitting here with you right now after 24 hours, and I still don't know. So we can't give you a solid answer.
But okay. That aside, we don't know if you need to buy a Virtual Boy in 2025 to play these games. Let's look at the concept itself. This is the 30-year anniversary of the biggest failure in Nintendo's history, outside of some love motel we never heard of, the Virtual Boy. It was so bad that within months they said, this is bad and we have to drop this. And now you can buy it at KB Toy Store in their liquidation bin for whatever it was, $20, down from whatever it was originally, $150 or whatever it was back in '95. I forget what it cost.
Games were, I remember walking into KB, and I'm still kind of pissed I didn't buy it all then, because, but it was $10 a game. I think it was $5 to $10 a game, and the system was, I believe, $40.
Sure. Marked down from whatever it was originally.
150 originally, I believe.
It was 150? I'm looking up right now. It came out originally July, and then August here. It was July, Japan, August here. It was 180.
180.
Equivalent to 370 today. Excuse me, 370 last year, and of course with our great tariff inflation, whatever the price goes up from there. So it was a massive failure. It was a joke back then. You couldn't play it back then for more. Some people, I think, were more immune to the headache effect. I think I'd lasted 15, 20 minutes one time, and I was like, that's enough.
I never got a headache, but my eyes hurt because because the red is just fucking awful to stare at constantly.
It's not good. It's not a good product. I'm surprised they thought it would be a good idea. Then again, the mid-90s was that they were trying to do all the 3D virtual reality shit.
Literally everyone was trying to do it.
The Tiger R Zone, all that shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so every it seems like every 20 years we try to bring back 3D and it fails again, or virtual reality and it fails again. You know.
Ask me when the last time I used my Quest 2 was. I couldn't tell you.
I called it. I said this is not going to be a thing. There's going to be a niche thing. No one's going to be. It's not every gamer is going to own a 3D headset. No. It died on the vine again. We'll try again in 10 years.
People play video games to relax.
Yes. Or they can multitask.
Anyway, yeah, we're making
Here's
a very long. You don't think this is a good idea?
This is awful. Because it will be again a craving cash grab. It's one thing to say, okay, it's part of my Nintendo Online Plus. You're not paying extra. I really feel bad for people that weren't around at the time to play this thing, because it's not like there's a ton of these people that have, to then trick themselves into thinking, oh, this is some lost Nintendo artifact that I can check out, and get sick of it within 15 minutes like we did 30 years ago. It's going to be a repeat.
My thing is that there are some good games on the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy had some good games. It wasn't the games, it was the hardware itself.
Yeah.
I feel like is a free, well, it's not free. I feel like if they weren't trying to sell this other shit with it,
yes,
I wouldn't care. Because whatever, they're just going to throw whatever they can onto their service to make it look more value added. And frankly, I wouldn't mind playing some of those games not in 3D. There's some fun games. So I don't have any problem with them throwing it on the service.
No.
My issue is them trying to sell shit in addition to it.
Because that's how they're going to make the money.
Whether it's necessary or not.
They're not making money on just offering the games. They're making money on this hardware. And people are going to be...
I mean, this is just in plastic injection molding in a metal stand. I mean, that's all it is. So they're obviously selling those $100 setups for... a markup. There's no electronics in them, as far as I can tell. It's literally just
an
extraordinarily large, ugly pair of glasses to slide your system into.
It's 3D stereotopic glasses, probably the same technology, and a stand with like, that's it. So that's where I say to myself, some collectors will buy this. I don't know why, but okay, they'll buy it. Because it is interesting that they're coming out with this. A lot of people never heard of this that have the Switch. Like, well, I don't never heard of this. Why would this is the first time Nintendo probably mentioned it like a random event 10 years ago as a joke in a slideshow. You know what I mean? Like so
I don't think this is going to trick any people out of their money like you do. I just think it's dumb.
I think it's. Here's what I would have done if I'm Nintendo. I would be like, listen, there's some good games here and stuff that okay, you want to play, Waterworld, great. Actually, they don't have probably the rights to the third-party ones. Why don't we do
Which is supposed to be one of the better games on the system.
Why don't we just do it like Game Boy Monochrome? We'll get rid of the fucking reds. We'll make them black and white and put them out, and people might say, oh, this is interesting. It's a different way to play it.
A number of Virtual Boy emulators do actually let you do that.
Just do that.
Immediately change the palette.
Just do that. Do that. Have that come out first, Ian, and be like, okay, these are out now. Do you want to try to experience? Because... it's bad. It's a bad 3D system. It's bad. So, like, the fact that they're trying to go back to the well of their biggest failure, to me, it's like, I don't understand it. Celebrate it by saying, hey, it's 30 years. Hey, remember this clunky piece of horror? But the games are cool. Play the games in black and white or black and red if you want to get ahead again. Why not just do that? That's all. I'm really, it's very strange to do that. They've never acknowledged the Virtual Boy at all, ever, and now we want you to buy the hardware, basically buy the hardware again.
Moving on. That's the intro.
Was it going on too long about that?
Yeah, well, we both went on too long about that, but that's okay. Just it was a very passionate intro.